met her in the fall. He took her to a movie, and when they done it all, he took her to a movie.
Hello and welcome to this special edition of the Fabulous Picture Show. I'm Amanda Palmer. This week we're showing you a whole film, plus some extras. It's the Academy Award-winning short, West Bank Story. But the musical comedy which portrays love between a Palestinian and an Israeli is proving controversial in the Middle East.
Do I look like a suicide bomber? Like I'd be caught dead in this outfit?
We hold a special screening in Jerusalem to hear from some of the toughest critics.
All the Palestinians were saying hummus and not hummus when it's hummus.
And take their views to American director Ari Sandel.
It's not meant to be true.
So how do you make a musical comedy about the Israeli-Palestinian conflict? Well, American director Ari Sandel turned to the classic West Side Story for inspiration.
I came up with the idea of West Bank Story as a kind of musical spoof. It's a comedy musical about Israelis and Palestinians that takes place between two falafel stands in the West Bank. I meant it to be a film that showed how both sides are more similar than they really care to admit. We shot it in about 14 days, which is very long for a short film. Every dance number had an Israeli version and a Palestinian version. It was like twice the time. My father's from Israel, so it was very natural for me to deal with the topic and want to take it on.
Terrorist!
Occupier.
I knew I had to have at least Arabs or Muslims playing the role of the Muslims, and I had Israelis or Jews playing the roles of the Israelis.
Hi, welcome to Thomas' house. May I take your order?
The main girl who plays Fatima is actually an Indian Muslim. Her name is Noreen DeWolf. Her brother Ahmed in the movie is played by a Jordanian. His name is Joey Neighbor. I honestly never expected the movie to go to the Oscars, not in my wildest dreams. It's a really amazing experience for me personally, but it's also been very gratifying to be able to make my parents so proud. I wanted to make a movie that was pro-peace and even-handed, and also would be a movie that would make people laugh, both sides. So I hope you enjoy the film.
This is Fatima. She's a cashier at her family's restaurant, the Hummus Hut.
Hi, welcome to Thomas' house. May I take your order?
This is David. He's a soldier guarding the border.
Have fun.
His family owns the Kosher King restaurant, right next door to the Hummus Hut.
We've got a crew of Jews from New York to Moscow. Shlomo on the drinks, and Uri makes great chow.
Fatima and David both live on the west bank of the River Jordan. Fatima's Palestinian, David is Israeli.
Stop right there!
I'm just trying to give this hummus package to somebody.
Hummus! She's got a package! Move it, it's okay.
Their families and their restaurants don't get along very well. But when Fatima meets David, in the tradition of Shakespeare's Romeo and Juliet,
You stay away from my sister.
and in the tradition of the classic American musical West Side Story, West Bank Story tells the tale in song of two young people in love.
When I see her, I wish he would see.
In a land of strife, the story of Fatima and David represents a haven of hope, an oasis of optimism. Well, it's mainly just a great little musical comedy.
Let me come to your balcony tonight to annoy your parents and neighbors by singing you a really over-dramatic song about feelings in love.
What?
So, entertainment, propaganda, or something else? We put it to a mixed group of Palestinians and Israelis. We invited them to our own special screening of West Bank Story in Jerusalem.
What's your name? Sana Iknani.
I'm a Palestinian from Jerusalem. I'm a student in the Hebrew University.
And in Los Angeles, director Ari Sandel watched the debate his film provoked.
I really like the dances though and the way it started with all the... Yeah.
You know, the snapping, I'm not sure you know, but there's like the musical West Side Story, this is how it starts. With the two sides of the town.
It's funny for us we would watch it and laugh, but it's not a good way to represent. It was really simplified, which is not helpful. I mean, people suffer so much when the movie is so funny and people are laughing and dancing, and that's not true. I mean, that's not what happens.
It's not meant to be true. It's not meant. Here's what is true. Is peace possible? Yes. Are both sides really the same people? Are they both humans? Yes. That's all the movie's supposed to be about. So in that sense, the movie is true. Is it supposed to be an accurate portrayal of what's going on? That's a can of worms.
We're the ones who are under occupation. We are the ones who are suffering much more. That's what I think. So
I don't know. I think you are using too much the word occupation, like in purpose. I mean, what is it?
Because it's peace.
What do you mean? That's what it is.
How the Israelis, they are strong. They have freaking America behind them. What we have behind us? Nothing.
For the film, it had to be absolutely equal, side by side. Why? Because the movie fails if any one side of the audience feels unfairly represented and they walk out, and they miss the message of the film. As far as who's equal or not equal, depends on who you ask. And I think that there's validity to both sides.
I don't think anybody who sees this movie even have the slightest idea that the reality is like this. It's so ridiculed that obviously it doesn't represent the reality, and I don't think it's a problem with the movie.
In the end, it's like, what do you want from the movie? It's only a 20-minute short film.
All the Palestinians were saying hummus and not hummus when it's hummus. That's one point. I mean, Israeli oriented. We are saying the Palestinians in the movie are saying it as if Jewish person was saying it.
It's very non-Israeli. It's very American. It's very outside. Even the stereotypical, the way the Jews look. This is not Israeli Jews.
I have to say that hummus and falafel are Arabic food. Yeah. They both belong to us.
So we tried to find one thing that they have in common. They both love it. It's not to say who invented one before the other. Granted, it comes from the Middle East. No question, it's Arab. But they both like it.
It depresses me because when I see that and I laugh at the jokes, and they are funny, I laugh at them because they're presented in a ridiculous way, but this ridiculous way is our reality.
It's interesting to see that he finds it depressing, but maybe that's good. Maybe watching the movie and becoming depressed with the actual reality and seeing hope on screen and feeling like that's what you'd rather have, maybe that's enough of a motivation.
I think the message that the director was trying to convey is really about coexistence.
It's so simple. Okay, if you keep doing like this, you will burn both of your houses. That's the message.
Shows how that's a way that we can unite together and we can be together living, because we all are going to end as human beings and not as enemies.
I really enjoy hearing what they have to say and hearing the dialogue. I want to fly out there and sit down with them. We could talk, we could have some hummus.
We'll be sure to let you know if Ari does actually continue the debate with our group over some hummus or falafel. But for now, that's it for our special edition of the Fabulous Picture Show. Hope you enjoyed it and hope to see you next time.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye. Okay, you're good. It's good. Go ahead. Have fun. Bye-bye.